just being like dramatic. You understand? I mean, I am a drama queen for sure. Like, I get it. Hello, it's Dawn. What's up? But like, I'm serious. The way the PTSD and everything, all the different traumas and how they came together and keep just what they do. It's like my ability to drive is amazing, you know, but other things, not. It's crazy. It makes no sense. Usually I don't drive like when I'm like this, but I'm only a few blocks from the beach. And so, yeah, no big deal. But I realized, and this is really intense, okay? And this is just me being really, really honest, as like, I discover things also in real time. This isn't like a predetermined thought or something. This is sitting on the beach and watching the waves and calming down. Just talking it out and playing with Hana and remembering where I'm at, what I'm doing. This is recovery. It's gonna be difficult. This trailer thing has really thrown me for a loop because I got used to it being I started to feel like I had a home again. And then like to get my home fixed, I have to give it up. And then when they fix it, they're still not really gonna do, you know, it's not gonna be a new trailer with everything like it should have been to begin with. So I'm starting to come to terms with that, you know. But here's the deal I realized about everything else. When you're a person that lives with suicidal ideation, and has a record of many attempts himself, and luckily himself also and herself also calling and getting help. And my daughter drove me one time to the VA hospital 5 years ago or so, 6 years ago. I should have never done that to her. I should have just called the ambulance, but I just finished a meeting, therapy session, and answered a lot of questions about some stuff, and it triggered all kinds of things, and I had to go to the hospital. And my daughter came and took me. And I stayed in the hospital for a couple of weeks on what we call 5C. Because a lot of people don't like saying psych ward or things like that, you know, because it's I guess, you know, I don't mean to be derogatory towards myself, but it is kind of, right? It's derogatory towards mental illness to kind of say it that way. So a lot of us say like 5C, you know, or mental health care, you know, like, but those of us have been there. It's a psych ward, you know, like, and you got a mix of individuals in there going through different stuff. And the first night, they doubled my medication because they had shift changes and they made mistakes. And plus they gave me new meds for the night to help me sleep and calm down from the massive suicidal episode I was in. And I woke up the next morning blind. And I was blind for about 6 hours. My vision slowly came back. I was scary. I was already scared I was gonna do anything and everything to hurt myself that night. And then I wake up blind. It definitely was a distraction from the suicidal stuff. And then within a week, that elevated into rage. And then I had to request some private time in the padded room. And so because of that, because I had been used to being able to have like punching bags and things available to express myself privately on, and, or exercise, things like that. And I couldn't do those. And so it felt good to let it all out. But that meant they decided to keep me another week. And then they released me. I didn't even have disability pay at that time. I was living off my savings. Denise was helping out, paying around the house, I think. I don't know. I think we might have split by then. It was horrible. My memory of all that time is so strained. Anyway, I realized why I'm so upside down in life again. And that is, a person doesn't do what they need to do to live and to maintain a life when they don't believe they're going to be here the next day, or in a week, or in 2 weeks, or in a month. My outlook on life has been so depressed and so far down, and just fighting suicide every moment of every day for years and years and years. 8 years now. And we're doing it, huh, Hannah? We are. We're alive. But I've been taken advantage of by a lot of people. And I myself have really diminished capacities, and so I suck at finances. And then also when I get traumatized in one location, I can't be there anymore ever without massive amounts of medication. And I don't like the medicine they give me because it messed up my kidneys, my liver. Oh, the list goes on, right? So I got off all that shit. And I'm in a beautiful place to continue to recover. And I was feeling hopeful. I was starting to think I'll be here tomorrow. I'm actually starting to believe I'll be here tomorrow. And that's real. There's no drama acting. This ain't no bullshit. This is real life. Man, this shit, like, everything's tied to everything I did militarily, as well as my own personal trauma. It's crazy. One triggers the other. They latch together like some freaky trauma DNA molecule, you know, all warped up and twisted, and then you know, here's the deal, right? If I feel that bad about myself, if I've been dealing with like this just stuck in trauma mode, just doing everything I can to keep from hurting myself or the people that help put me here, it takes a lot of work. And slowly come out of it. And that's good. And then things like this happen, and I feel just completely just slammed back, and I have no way out. And I'm so tired of feeling that way. I'm just so tired of waiting to take too many pills one night. Or stabbing myself, you know, because I take one of their meds. And the list goes on. It's scary, y'all. It's scary. And the best they can do for me is keep saying, well, then try this medication. Well, then let's up that. Well, then let's do this. Well, let's put you inpatient here. And I'm like, yeah, great. I can't go anywhere you want to send me because none of those places are safe for people like me. And they don't have proper facilities for people like me. There's this giant missing component of mental health and physical life support for people like me. They label me 100% disabled and unemployable, yet do not provide any home care. They don't provide any video, phone calls, nothing. You know, hi, how's your food? Hey, you brush your teeth this week, you know, check-ins like that. I can get a mental health person. You know, I've had those, but then we talk about all the stuff that does all that. I don't want to do that. That's not helping. So I don't want to talk about that stuff if I don't have to. I don't want to talk about that stuff if I don't have to. And I don't think anybody wants to hear it because it's painful to hear. Cry me. It's painful to say. It's got to be painful to hear. But so this whole time being that dark, being that suicidal, that means, like, computationally somehow I decide that. That must be how other people will feel about me then. If I don't feel that I'm worthy to be alive, it's because of how I've been treated. And I've been treated so interestingly my entire life. In the midst of all the beauty and amazing things like Lisa, Jessica. Why people do things like that to me over and over again and then say it's me. They're not the ones repeatedly having bankruptcies. They're not the one losing their dreams because a friend got greedy in real estate or in his own personal life. Completely screwed my entire life over in 2008. Bankruptcy, everything. Caused problems with my security clearance loans. Oh my God, it was horrible. And then that was right in the middle of trying to work out. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even, you don't need to hear my fucking sob story. This video's gone way too fucking long. This probably isn't even interesting to listen to anymore. But I just wanted to say that my experience has been that being a very suicidal person